Good morning, engineers.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Hope all is well.
Engineers, what up?
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're okay. Today is quite a big day. Today is my first day of being self-employed. Brady. Cheers, everyone. Didn't ever think I'd be announcing that in the middle of a pandemic.
So, anxiety then, eh? What a topic.
Today's vlog is all about being real and honest.
Today is all about gratitude or anxiety or gratitude.
Certainly makes you think about some of the more simple things in life. Even just being out here today, I got to see the sunrise.
Morning, engineers. So this is my first vlog. A little bit late on the old uptake there. I'm currently bunking with my mum and dad. It's been an adjustment, shall we say.
Thinking a lot about the vlog from last night. This is very unnatural for me. Even doing this in public, as you guys well know, I'm pretty quiet. Don't know why, but having the opportunity to talk openly like this, whether it's on the vlog or not, knowing that it could be, really is changing a lot for me. I can literally feel confidence building every time I try and do it.
My mum, she said to me, what is the one thing that's really worrying you? I said that I'm going to lose everything and become homeless. And I've been reassured by my family and my friends that they wouldn't let it come to that. But that's, I'm very fortunate to have a good group of people around me. But speaking in true honesty, that's something that really worries me and makes me anxious. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make this business a success.
This isn't a day-to-day thing. The word unprecedented gets thrown around a lot, but I think it's very unique in the sense of how we process that and how we can come together in a community-driven, in the words of Phil, a revolution.
State the obvious, it's everyone's worried about finances. For me personally, I've always kind of had a bit of a it'll all work out attitude, but now that we've got a little girl, I just can't afford to think that way anymore. It's not just about me. How are we going to keep a roof over her head? It's terrifying. There's no other way to put it, really. A big part of it is just talking about it. I think when you sort of open up and talk about it a little bit more, it kind of deflates it. It takes the air out of it. Makes it feel a little less scary just to share and to hear other people share and to know that, people are all going through similar anxieties. The whole world is at the minute.
I still think covering these kind of subjects can be done in a positive way. For me, the reason why I'm feeling less anxious is because I thought I'd lost it. So I had a psychotic episode a couple of years ago. It has helped me sort of realise that this situation is scary, but everyone's in it. And that's so much better than going through something all on your own.
This is literally the best part of my day, where I get a coffee. Oh, delish.
Becky, my wife and I have managed to convert my old childhood bedroom into a makeshift co-working space. I'll show you at some point. She's currently on a conference call. I've been relegated to our bedroom. Hoping the sun is shining. We have a cat, we have a puppy, and he's very bitey.
When you're thinking thankful thoughts, there's no room for anxiety. So that's where I'm going today. So I've created a little ditty and I've called it Jake and Phil.
Appropriate t-shirt today. Yep. For sure, 100%. All the time.
I've got a story about two cool guys. Their names are Jake and Phil. Along came a thing called coronavirus that swept the planet trying to make us ill. So Jake started a vlog. Phil asked you and me to create something special so we'd be happy. What an awesome story of two cool guys. Thank you, Jake and Phil.
Stay awesome, guys.
I've got a story about two cool guys. Their names are Jake and Phil. They asked us all to be really nice and make some wicked film. So we videoed a lot. We gave it all we've got. We waited at night for the next vlog to drop. Thank you, beautiful Jake and Phil, for being the best we've got. Today and yesterday, I've been absolutely exhausted and questioning whether or not I should be feeling worse about the situation that I am in. It's definitely caused some form of conflict, which might be causing anxiety in me, which is why I might be so drained. Where I might have been panicking or very anxious about whether or not the business will survive, whether or not I can truly support people at this time. I'm not anxious, I'm just really, really tired.
Afternoon. Art session, say hello.
Yeah. Hello.
What are you painting, Polly?
I'm painting a colourful house around my hello. Going to do a strawberry around it because I like strawberries.
I was dreading the anxiety theme because I feel guilty that I've never really suffered or thought about it too much. I've seen it firsthand, but I've been lucky enough to always be able to avoid it, thankfully. I do get to points where I do get overly excited about things, so I think I'm going to get too excited as we approach the end of 3 weeks to think, yes, this is going to be all over, it's going to be back to normal now, and then all of a sudden the government goes, yeah, it's 3 more months of isolation. And I'd be distraught and down and upset. Right now I'm listening to a reggae artist I like called Coffee. She has a song called Toast. It's a great breakfast, but also it's a great song. And she speaks about how gratitude is a must. You have to just embrace the situation you're in. It's crazy times, but it's made me weirdly more social.
My art skills definitely need improving.
I think the thing that gives me anxiety is kind of not being true to yourself. My brain wants to be very organised, and it's something that when I was a kid I was like super geeky, super organised, and then society kicked in and I thought that I had to be cool and I had to be this and that and a bit of a Jack the Lad and a bit of a take risks, which has served me somewhat. Now's the time to change that. I thought that it's kind of helping me do that is because we can't go out trying to be the funny guy or whatever, because I'm not that funny. I actually quite like to I get a lot of satisfaction from getting all my ducks in a row and making sure everything's organised, and it actually makes me feel good.
Just been going through and ringing everyone that I've helped since I set my business up a couple of years ago. I've just rang a customer that's really hit home. He was my first customer. He so literally the first person I'd helped. He's just rang me back now. And yeah, they found out his wife, who's 42, has got aggressive stage 4 cancer, and they told her that she needs to have an operation by the middle of next week. I'll be honest, it's really just hit home as to what people are going through at the moment. He's self-employed, he can't work now. Yeah, as difficult as it is, clearly there's a lot of people going through a lot of issues right now, and timing for some is even worse. Really sad to hear.
There are probably some people out there going through so much worse than me right now, and that always leaves me feeling quite guilty for even saying I feel anxious in the first place. And you're sitting here, at least with an amazing network of friends, family, and some people, you know, aren't as fortunate as that.
But just thinking about what Hannah's posted in her video, my situation at the minute is pretty dire, but
You know, I know that I'll be okay if I find myself in really desperate times, but I don't think that just because other people have worse problems, it means that you shouldn't consider your problems to be problems. I think that it's important to recognise that your issues still count.
This whole situation threatens to take away everything that I and we have tried to build and created and have built. But it's also give me space to realise that it's not about that, and that actually the real prize and the thing we have built is the lessons we've taken along the way, and that it's impossible to fail now. There's nothing that can be lost because everything gained is with us and within us.
Right, I'm going to tell you this. If I like tidy the boat, I will literally sit and look at it for prolonged periods of time, and I'll sit there and just look at it for like 5 minutes. I'm serious. That's me. I ain't a funny guy. I like to be organised, and everyone that knows me in the last few years is I am not organised. So you can imagine the going on inside there.
I have been pedal to the metal for the last over a week, and now I am resting, letting this all filter.
I've got to say, courage in action, guys. I think to connect to people that we don't know that well is probably one of the hardest things to do, and I think it's why I'm pushing myself to do this post now as well. I know for me, anxiety built up a large part of me growing up. They helped shape me, and they certainly don't define me, but I know that habitually I would always consider childhood and to be honest, blame it for everything else that went wrong. I think what changed for me is realising that things go wrong for everyone. There's no set agenda against any one of us. I think it's just taking action against those problems, turning them into challenges and taking responsibility for ourselves. The biggest step change I ever made was forgiving everything that happened in my past against me, and actually looking forward, taking full responsibility for myself, and making sure that I never used anything that happened previously as an excuse to not move forward in my own life. Once I changed that habit, I'll be honest, it felt awesome.
So just filmed some of the clapping for the NHS, and wow.
There's all kinds of things to have anxiety about, you know. I mean, what is my post-apocalyptic dystopian outfit going to be? Am I going to go Mad Max, you know, get the cut off tires on my shoulders, you know, a necklace of the fingers of the people I've eaten already? What? Or maybe, you know, go a little futuristic, go for like a robot vibe, try and blend in and, you know, not let the robot overlords know that I'm actually a human being. I mean, these are all things to consider and to, you know, feel anxiety about.
So it's the end of the day, and I wanted to pop on to offer a sincere apology. I hope I don't cry. I want to say a very sincere apology to every single member of the Pussycat Dolls, because you ladies, I don't know if you wrote them, but you sure as hell performed the crap out of them. You performed the crap out of some A-grade bangers, and I did not appreciate you at the peak of your fame. I have listened to Stick With You, Glorious on repeat, Jai Ho, The Joy, love that. Also When I Grow Up, some moods, some vibes in that one, and I didn't give you credit, like, at all. If anything, I was a bit mean about you. Not quite cruel, but definitely mean. And yeah, you deserve better. You deserve so much better, the world and more. So thank you, ladies of the Pussycat Dolls. I only know Nicole's name, Nicole Scherzinger, even then I'm not confident.
To be honest though, Anna, I actually take like quite a strong objection to that, because everyone knows their names are Nicole, Ashley, Kimberly, Kaya, Joyce, Saya, Melody, Robin, Casey, Jessica, Asia, Karma and Carmen, and it's actually a bit disrespectful that you don't know that. Alright guys? No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drown yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. 20 years where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten.